In the last few years, John Wood Community College has deepened its commitment to the inclusive process. What the college has learned for certain is that inclusion is always a work in progress, one that deserves time, attention, and intention, and that inclusion always results in better outcomes and service to the community.
You know, there is no destination, so it's a constant process of educating. And I think with diversity and inclusion right now is the understanding component of it. I think there are a lot of individuals that just don't understand what diversity and inclusion, what it encompasses and what it's all about. And so I think the first part of that is learning and understanding what diversity and inclusion are. And then I think it's about educating yourself and educating others, and then having a plan of how you can elevate the education with all those that are involved within the organizations, the business, to make a better community. And this is all about making a better community for the people that we serve every day.
Some recent examples of John Wood's intentional focus on inclusion are the introduction of the College for Life program in 2017, designed to prepare students with disabilities for successful adult life with greater participation in competitive integrated employment, valued community membership, and independent living. The program is one of a handful in the state. An employee-driven initiative in JWCC's strategic plan in 2017 focused on diversity and inclusion, which resulted in an active inclusion committee that promotes diverse activities for the campus community. The committee's work resulted in the following actions that show intentional inclusion. John Wood sent the largest contingent of employees to the first Quincy Area Chamber of Commerce Diversity and Inclusion Academy in 2018.
Defining diversity and inclusion was a challenge for us when we started the committee. Once we attended the academy, it really kind of helped us look at that and kind of define, that diversity is looking at the people, inclusion is looking at the environment. And so I think that distinction kind of helped us wrap our heads around it a little bit more. And I think attending the academy helped me feel more confident to address things and speak up. We had a lot of open, hard conversations, and it really did up my confidence level in speaking about diversity and inclusion and trying to be a champion.
I've sort of come up with the two E's, the two big E's, and it would be education and expectations. And we're very fortunate that 8 of our employees, faculty and staff, attended the Chamber of Commerce Diversity and Inclusion Academy last year. And each of them learned, had different takeaways from those sessions. But what we're doing is we're making those 8 individuals part of a committee that are adding other faculty and staff to our team that are continuing to plan activities internally at our college as a building block. We feel like they have a great foundation of knowledge that they can share as far as diversity and inclusion, but we want to make it a living program. We want it to bring it back. We want to take the best practices learned from the academy, and we want to apply them within the walls of the college to make a greater difference in the lives of those that we're trying to serve. And so we feel like it's very important that those individuals can share the knowledge that they learned during the Diversity and Inclusion Academy, and that we make it a living program so we can educate and create greater expectations for others, whether it's employees or students that we're serving.
Development of inclusion hallmarks is currently underway to help the John Wood community ensure all feel welcome, included, heard, and understood. Information about the importance of diversity is part of all JWCC employees' annual training and will be a session during 2019 College-wide In-Service Day in April. In 2017, the college invested resources for a full-time counselor to listen and respond to the emotional needs of all students. Collaborated with the Adams County Work Readiness Committee to provide resources to underemployed citizens. Partnered with the Great River Economic Development Transition Committee to advance and upskill current workers within the region's business and industry.
I truly feel the power of partnerships and our ability to work together to make a better community. And I just think, when people come together and organizations and businesses come together and work together, we can accomplish so much more. And there's a lot of needs out there, and we have to be good listeners. And I think when we talk about diversity and inclusion, I think one of the first things that make you a person or a leader that is truly focused on diversity and inclusion is being a great listener. And I think as community members and as leaders, we have to be great listeners to listen to the needs of the people, and I think we have to work together to serve.
Completed its 20th employee campaign for United Way of Adams County to support the 20 partner agencies. Collaborated with the Tracy Family Foundation to offer support and training for nonprofit organizations. Increased customized training offerings for dozens of regional businesses. Collaborated with Blessing Health System and Quincy Medical Group to create a medical assistant program in 2018 to fill the need in convenient care and rural health clinics. Provided access to national speakers on manufacturing and business innovation during regional conferences in 2017 and 2018 to help area industries and small business access new ideas and trends. Collaborated with Adams County Safe Schools to provide classes in college preparation and manufacturing in 2016 through 2018. Created a Gay-Straight Alliance group for students and community members.
Something as specific as safe space for the LGBTQ community, and just having those rainbow stickers posted on your door, because I've had students who I don't think that if they didn't see that sticker, they wouldn't have came in my office and knew that that was a safe place to disclose, and gave them the opportunity to explore their sexual orientation. And they wouldn't have been comfortable to do that without that little sign there. So just letting students know that this is a safe place for whatever you have going on. We're here to help you in any way we can, and that's just by getting out there and letting them know we do have these services for you.
The value of inclusion is that I think everybody does better when we have different perspectives, and the way we do that is by listening to people with different experiences, and you get that by including them. Engagement as far as inclusion is concerned helps, again, people feel like they have a place, they feel welcomed on campus, and when everybody has kind of a place to go to, then they feel connected, and they feel and they grow, and they become part of the community.
These are just a few of the ways John Wood Community College strives to be inclusive of the entire community. And the community can be sure that the college will continue to improve upon inclusion efforts in its everyday interactions and operations, because inclusion, like learning, is a lifelong endeavor.
One of the things that we're doing at John Wood is the last 2 years, and we're in the third year of our Leadership Development Institute. And within that Leadership Development Institute has been the creation of 6 core covenants that is our leadership culture, and that we're trying to establish, develop, and build at John Wood Community College. And all 6 of those covenants are about inclusion, openness, collaboration, and so we feel like it provides us with a platform of expectations, our leaders, and now that 32 people have gone through that leadership program, it continues to build upon the expectations of these covenants, and how do we live that every day. And I feel like this leadership program has allowed us to advance our level of diversity and inclusion and some consistency of how we do conduct our business every day.
What we've learned in our class is that it's really an ongoing process, and there's really no ending to all of this. So it's important to kind of stay the path and know that you may not see results, but what you're doing is all good. So at John Wood, from our administration down, we've really made a commitment to inclusion from a strategic initiative standpoint. and just from an expectation for all of us as human beings. So it's important that we always stay on the forefront of education so that we can better serve our community.